Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. So, those of you that don't know, my name is Michelle. I don't always remember to say my name at the beginning, so I apologize. So today we're going to be doing just a simple frog, but I am going to use the little plug thing that I made, and hopefully it works. So I'm going to put some eyes in. And then we're going to put some fairy lights. And yeah, then we're just going to kind of go from there. So I just got the UV high viscosity resin, which is a little bit thicker than the regular one. So I am going to use that to put the eyes in. And I'm going to use my UV light to cure them. And then we're going to I'm going to get the lights placed kind of where I want them. And then I will mix up the resin and we'll color it. We'll get it poured and we'll keep our fingers crossed that it works. So I do have another silicone inlay of this curing. I need to have like at least 4. So I'm going to mix up extra resin and I'm going to make another clear piece so that I can make 2 of them at a time. So this little frog here holds 4 ounces. I originally was going to do something different with these frogs, which I will probably do after this video, but I want to try this little plug thing that I got and see if it's going to work. I don't know. So we're going to just try it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just using, I think these are 3mm little glass eyes, and they're just the round ones today. So I'm going to just put a little bit of the resin in there. Can you see? Just a little dot. And then I'm just going to push my eye into it like that. And we're going to put the light and I'm going to cure it for a little bit on this side. Then I'm going to cure it on the other side, enough to get it tacked in. And then while I'm mixing up my resin, I will put this under my UV, Let's Resin UV double-sided lamp for like 3 minutes, just to really make sure that it's nice and hard. Right now, I just kind of want to get it in there. Now, when you're doing these type of eyes, you have to make sure that that whole cavity is covered with the UV resin, especially if you're going to be using a different color to color your item, because if you don't fill that cavity, whatever color you're putting in is going to go in and cover up the eye. Ask me how I know, because I've done it. So I always make sure that there is like a nice circle in there so that it covers it. And then once I pop my eye in, I make sure that the UV resin is like all around it. It's kind of encapsulated on the sides. Because it is, I think I have my little dragon that I screwed up over there. I can show you. All right, I'm just going to set that like that for a second. Okay. So this is what happens if, like, this eye was kind of okay, but look at how this eye, the gold or the copper, went right over the eye. It's only because I didn't have enough of the UV resin underneath. So when I poured it in, you know, this was like a mica powder, it ran and it just covered the eye. So I learned that you have to really make sure that that cavity is full if you don't want something leaking underneath. So that's my little lesson for today. So what I have done is I folded these in half and then in half again, because I want to get them into this, but I want them to lay somewhat flat. And I am probably going to UV resin some of the wires down. All right, so I'm going to have to play here a little bit to try and get the lights kind of spread around a little bit. All right, so I need this light to be bent down into that foot. All right. So, all right. So let me just so I just kind of want to get them tacked down in certain areas so that I know that the wires are not going to pop up once I pour my regular resin in. I really hope this little plug thing that I made works, because it is going to be game changer for being able to have these have a spot that is not going to be hanging out. All right, so let me tack that there. I tried doing this before with the regular, just the hard type, and it would run too fast before I could get it to cure. So this seems to be working much better, except for it just popped up. All right, hang on here. Maybe if I do it here, where I can actually like hold it down. All right, so then this is going to lay in like that. So I am going to tack this part right here, even though it's not wanting to move. I am just to try to be on the safe side. I am going to try to tack that down. So that way I'm not worried about all my lights floating when I pour my regular resin in. All right. Let me shut that off. All right. So I'm going to put you on a pause. I'm going to mix up my resin. We're going to get it poured. I'm going to put this in. We're going to let it cure, and then we're going to see if I can glue that to where this was. So I will be right back. Let me get my resin mixed up. All right, guys. So I've got my resin mixed up. I poured 1 ounce in my little coaster mold just so that would start degassing. I did not run that one through the Resiner's bubble remover, but I did this one. So I actually even pulled out some dried flowers. So I'm going to pop a little bit of these in there. I've never done that in a frog, so I'm like, you know, let's try it. So I just didn't know which ones I wanted to do. I think we'll try these ones. And this might help disguise some of the wires a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of the Marabou alcohol ink glitter. It's a glitter violet, blue, green. So I'm just going to put this, it's going to basically be a clear frog with some of the flowers showing. So that is my, I'm just trying to disguise some of the wires if possible. All right, so let me just see what this kind of looks like. So it's just gonna give a little tiny bit of a shimmer. See how you can see that in there? Not a lot, because I figured where these have colored lights, hopefully those little sparkles will sparkle even more. All right. I just want to start getting a little in the toes, because I don't know how much that plug is going to displace the resin. All right, so I'm going to leave it there so I have a little bit of room for some flowers. All right, so we've got like some dark and some light ones. So I'm just going to break off like some little pieces, and I'll dip them down in a little bit deeper here in a second. I'm just I want to get a little bit of color in there. And I just thought this would kind of make it cute for a little girl's room. So I'm just trying to tuck those way in there. And put some more dark. So this wasn't even part of my original plan, guys. So I apologize if this ends up making this video a little bit longer, but I just thought it would give a little bit more something to the piece. All right, and then we got some purple ones that are like already had fallen off. So we might as well stick some of those in. So I'm just sticking a few little things in there, and might as well put a little bit of greenery too. Now this one is like folded it in half. I'm trying to unfold it with sticky wet resin gloves, and it's not working very good, the guys. There we go. All right. So like I said, I'm not going to put a lot. I just wanted a little something in there. Let me get a paper towel here. Stick a few more purple ones. All right. So I think we're going to call that good on flowers, and we'll just see what it looks like. All right. So I'm going to spray this, and I'm going to wipe it off just because it's got, I don't know what on there from sitting around. And I'm going to spray the back. And that's what I didn't want it to do. There we go. Because I just want it to sit on the top. All right. Oh, let me get a small stick here. Because now I've got to try to finish filling Mr. Froggy up. Or Mrs. Froggy. So I'm hoping that is just going to raise with the resin, which it seems to be. Oh, if this works, guys, this is going to be game changer, because I love these fairy lights, but I just don't like how the cord hangs out, especially if it's for a kid's room, because they're always wanting to fiddle and touch, and then it just ends up getting broken off, and then their little thing doesn't work. So if this way here, if it's tucked up underneath, it's not hanging, it's not catching on things. Oh. All right. Let me just take my pokey thing and get, I just want to make sure that all the tattoos are completely covered. And I'm just running my tool in there to make sure there's like no bubbles. If there are, I'm getting them out of there. All right, that one there is pretty doomed. So if this works, the next thing I'm going to make a mold of are the tea light candles. Because that way I could just drop the plug in and not have to worry about the resin going over and screwing up the back of the tea light. And then we can just glue it in with some E6000. So I do see a few little bubbles around the plug, which I will get off here in a minute. All right. Sorry if my head ends up being in the way. I'm just trying to dislodge any bubbles that might be around that plug. That, I think, is going to work awesome, guys. I really, really think it's going to work. All right. So we're going to leave that. I do have, I brought out my two little birds. And they don't take much. Let me see. So I could either do an elk or I could do birds and something else. You know what? We'll skip the birds this time. We'll do it on the next one. I had to order a new elk because I lost my ears. I still cannot find them. So I have not made just a clear one yet. So, and I think this took 2 ounces. I'm hoping. I hope I have enough. I really don't want to have to mix up like another ounce, but I will if I have to. All right, so let's get him. All right. So I'm just gonna give a little squish on his eyeballs and his little tail. Oh, are you kidding me? If I don't have enough for the ears, I'm not too worried about it because I could make them a different color. If I scrape, I might be able to get enough. It might not be domed, but I could always finish it off with a little UV resin on the bottom, just a little clear layer. I should be in my pool, but I'm not, because I needed to make this video for you guys. I'm hopefully going to get it out tonight, because I'm going to pop this on my heat mat. This is just the regular Let's Resin epoxy. All right. Phew. I managed to pull that off. I'm glad I didn't decide to make a bird and then do it. All right, so I saw a few bubbles. I'm going to spray, and I'm going to maybe do UV resin in this and see what's going to happen. All right, I'll just do that right here while we're on camera. I'll just use this. I know it doesn't take much. I'm not going to use the high viscosity on this one. I'm going to use the regular, just the hard type. This is just the clear hard type. Now, I don't know if the that Marabou is going to work in here. So we're about to find out. I'm not going to put a lot, because I know they say you can't put alcohol ink in UV resin, but I've seen people doing it. So I'll just put 2 little squirts, and we'll give that a little stir. So yeah, I have got laundry and all kinds of stuff that I'm got to go up and do. So while these are curing, oh, look at that. Hey, this stuff worked in that. I've been afraid to use it because I'm like, oh, you know, is it going to screw up my piece or not? So I figured, oh, well, it's just a little bit. It's just the ears. Why not try it? All right. So I'm going to pop that under the UV light. I'll probably give that a good 5-minute cure. I'm going to put these on the heat mat, and I will be back to demold and see if this plug worked. All right, guys. Let me get my stickies off, and I'll be back in a blink of an eye. Alrighty, guys. We are done. This is my my new template. So I will be adding, I'm going to make 3 more of those so I can do a 4-pack. All right. So this is our frog. I am dying to see how this came out. So we're going to demold this first. It is still soft. It is still bendy. So I've got to be careful. All right, we got that foot out. And I'm trying to stay on camera so you guys can see. Oh my God. Oh my God, I think it's gonna work, guys. It is still warm. All right. All right. Oh my God, he's out. Oh. All right. Let's get our little plug out. Oh my God, it's gonna work, guys. Look, look. Oh my word. All right, hang on. I gotta plug my light in. Oh, where is my plug? And it's, all right. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, so let's get him. Oh, look at how cute he is. Oh. All right, so let's see. Look. All right, so I know what I should have done different. I should have put some flowers before I put the lights in, but oh, and my husband is outside, so I can't even ask him to, hang on, I've got resin on my hands. So I can't even ask him to shut the lights off. Oh my gosh, guys. He is adorable. So you can see there's like some flowers in there. So this definitely worked. There's going to be a few things that I'm going to need to tweak, but let me get my E6000. And I just got to clean the resin off. All right, off of that. So we're going to glue it on the side. There's no screws. All right. Oh my God. I am so excited, guys. Oh, he is so adorable. Oh, look at that. So I will bring him up and I will get some pictures. All right, so I'm going to shut the light off, but I will get some pictures of him in the dark But, so, the thing that I am going to do different next time is I'm going to put a few, like, probably a thin coat of epoxy with some flowers, and then I will put the lights in. So that way you won't see all the wires. But overall, guys, this worked. It is nice and smooth on the bottom. Let me just, but look. Oh my gosh, he is adorable. Oh, all right. So I've got to let that cure. So I'm going to just sit this over to the side and we're going to let that cure. So these are my antlers that I did in the UV. Oh, in the UV resin. Hang on, I've got to. All right. So it's still a little bit sticky, so I'm just, let me just plug my light back in, and I'm just gonna recure him. Oh my God, my hands are so sticky, guys. All right, so I'm not even gonna bother to fill this up with UV resin because I want to see what it's going to look like. All right, so I need to get some alcohol down into his fat little head. Oh my God, this thing is so difficult. He's so cute, but he's so difficult to unmold. I am just telling you right now, he is difficult to unmold. All right, so let me... Gosh. You know, and when you're not patient and you don't wait for things to completely cure, it just makes life a little bit more difficult. But look at how stinking cute he is. All right, so we've got his ears in there, like recuring. So this is kind of what I did after. Let me just see if I can get these out. Oh, these are gonna work perfect, guys. So I did not fill these like all the way. So I filled some all the way and some not all the way. Because what I want to do is put them in some coaster molds for the 4th of July. You know, we've got another holiday coming up, so all right, let me get the shallow ones out. All right, so let me start with those. I'll put these over here. And what I also did was I made some more of these, but as you can see, I did not fill them anywhere near as full as the other ones. But look, oh my gosh. So I wanted to get, you know, the fruit and the stem. Oh, okay, yeah, that one's fine. So those ones might be a little thicker. So I have got a different type of silicone coming. It should be here tomorrow. This one, I don't know if it was going to work or not. Yeah, no. All right. But, so, this is a coaster. So, these will definitely fit in these coasters. Which will, you know, we could put like a star, 1 or 2 drinks. But we could do this and that, and then we pour the resin over this. We can color the stars red, white, blue, whatever we want. But they're shallow enough that the epoxy is going to go over the top. So that was another success. So I've got 2, 4, 6. I have 8 of this depth, and then I have, so let me see on the full ones. So even the full ones are gonna work, guys. So we can definitely do that. Put some mica powder over the tops of these and definitely make a cute coaster. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just going to pop him under just a few more minutes. So, all right, so we've got some stars, we've got some more drinks. We have another deer bullseye. We already know that the plug worked on our frog. Look at how cute he is. Oh my gosh. He is stunning. Look at how cute. Oh my word. Okay, so the next thing that we have to try is, where did I put it? Where? Right here. This plug, to see if we can put this in something. And as you can see, I did not dome it, but I made it kind of high enough. So yeah, I don't know if this one's going to work, but that's going to be our next experiment. So this is our little moose. Look at how cute he is. Alrighty, guys. So what I'm going to do, I am going to bling him out a little bit. I'll color his eyes, and I will get some final pictures. And I will bring the frog upstairs so that I can get some better pictures of him in the dark. And we will see you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys, for hanging with me today. Bye.